Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Just before we do actually start, I just want to if I don't sound too great, then obviously there's no taking me to do about that. Yeah, there might be, well, there shouldn't be a 2-minute delay. There isn't a 2-minute delay when I'm on here, so there's no delay, but hopefully you'll be alright. Welcome if you have just joined. Thank you all very much for joining the stream. It's Daryl Johnson from Middlesbrough, north east of England today. Please smash a like, it'd be very much appreciated before we start. Also, I did forget to do this, but this is Dazzer Transfer Show. Without further ado, let's do this. New feature. Dazzer's Transfer Show. Action. There we go. And I understand I did that a bit late, but to be honest, I'm new to that bit. If you're wondering how I got the music on and stuff, I'm on my mother's laptop. Welcome if you have just joined. It has been it's been a while, I'll be honest with you, and can I just say I apologize about doing this show about 2 or 3 days late. Unfortunately, I've been struggling with a virus this week, and I've not been well enough to do any streams or anything, so I'm not doing the report or the previews this weekend. But I want to say big well done to Borough getting the 3 points away to West Bromwich Albion. It's a tough ground to go to, and I felt we did a fantastic job. Bayern Munich, on the other hand, well, let's just say that was a cack game. Suffered the first defeat of 2019 in the hands of bloody Bayer Leverkusen. But welcome, you have just joined. Let's have a look who's in the comment section here. I'm on the laptop, by the way, looking at the comments. Exchange game, the 11 players. Thanks for joining. Liam, Watford Hornet, North Devon Grecian, Football Fan 1 for 8, Minimad, Matthew Jones, Joe Willett, Sol Starling. And I think that's it. Indeed. So, there should be a watch along for the Borough game. Hopefully it will be. But I'd like to say welcome, first of all, to our final guest of this 4th series. This is the final show series. It's We don't have a time limit, so it means you don't have to finish within half an hour. So we could be live till about an hour. And we got absolutely loads to talk about. We've done me paperwork for this one. And I'd like to say welcome. Get ready to unmute your mic. I'd like to say warm welcome to my mate, Joe Willett. Right. Don't worry about that. Yeah, thank you very much for coming on, Joe, ladies and gentlemen. And please do drop a like if you haven't already done so, guys. Also, if you want to go and subscribe to Joe Willett, he's a bit far behind me on subscribers wise, but I'm not really taking much notice on that at the minute. Links in the description if you want to go and subscribe to Joe Willett.
You won't regret it, unless maybe you leave, man.
Okay, so without further ado, we could be live till about 9 o'clock tonight. So as I say, I'll just decide when we'll wrap it up. But thank you all very much for joining the stream. It's an absolute pleasure to be back. And I'll tell you, I'm actually sad that this is the last show of the series, because reason being this is the last show of the series because the transfer window in England has closed, and that's pretty much all the transfers we talk about.
It's your best series.
It is.
This is like.
So if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe down below, because the next series, the next Dazzer transfer show will be in the summer transfer window, when I can find out when that. I don't know when that starts. Just uploaded a Middlesbrough Football Manager video. I'll have a look at that a bit later on, matey.
I'll go watch after this, obviously.
Well, not for this weekend, Liam. Also, I won't be doing watch along for the United game because I'm not going to be available. But first of all, let's just talk about. We'll have to go down the list. Joe's obviously a Boer fan, and of course, this won't be his topic yet because this is about Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been told that he can get the permanent managerial job if he beats PSG in the Champions League. Now, doing that, I think, is possibly a step too high. Although we beat Spurs away from home, but PSG, we all know how well PSG play. I mean, at the minute they broke a record, won 9-0 against some team. I can't remember who it was they won against, but they tonked a lot of teams, and I don't think United will beat PSG. However, I said that about Spurs. I thought we weren't going to beat Spurs, and look what we did. David Hay had a blinder. So I think we have a chance, but I think that's pushing him to the limit, though. If he's going to get a permanent job, he has to knock PSG out of the Champions League. That's going to be a bit of a struggle. So he's definitely going to have to put the homework in there. But I'd like to see him get... It was Gwyn Comp. Thank you very much, David. I do want Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to get the permanent managerial job. And I know we're only 9 games in. And yeah, okay, we've won 8 of them. And we drew 1. But we're doing well in the league. We're doing better than I think we actually ever did under Jose Mourinho. So when you look at him, I think he could beat the task. He could do the task, beat PSG, but it would be a difficult task. And if you have just joined, please drop a like, and thank you very much for joining the dream. It's Scotty B. Brilliant win for Norwich City. Yes, you beat Leeds United and you're top of the league. Which sadly means for Sheffield United, if it's Sheffield United fans in live chat, sad means you're back down to 3rd. I haven't really improved. Not really improved on me wellness, but I'll be honest with you, I'm determined to do tonight's show. We're going to talk about Borough. Now, I think I might have mentioned... also, I want to warn you, if I do repeat myself, it's because I'm not in the right mindset at the minute. How did your games get on? Well, Bayern suffered their first defeat against Leverkusen after being Billy 1-0 up. at Leverkusen, and then Borough won 3-2 at West Brom, which totally helped Norwich. Yep.
I'm going to say it right. Quickly on the last topic what about. This is coming from a not United fan perspective.
Neutral.
Assume that you can have the permanent job if you beat PSG. You could even say that putting a lot of pressure on him, or you could say it's going to work in his favour. Obviously, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Don't say that.
It's Norwegian.
Yeah, it's putting a lot of pressure on him, but if I was a United fan...
We're talking about Leicester, we're talking about the game tomorrow, and we're talking about significant changes yet again at Manchester United. So, let's start off with that. Also, I just want to say as well, I think there's a massive concern.
Oh.
Has it all gone?
Right, no, we're back now. I don't know what happened. Okay, apologies about that. We had a couple of issues. Wait a second. We had a couple of issues there. For some reason, we were just talking about United, and all of a sudden, all I hear was Mark Goldbridge's voice. Not sure what it is, whether my iPad's glitched or something, I don't know. And then I accidentally went onto Streamlabs because I forgot I was streaming on YouTube. Oh, well, I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Anyway, what were you saying?
Yes, so the United fan would want him to get the job, but what you got to think, is he going to do this well when he's already permanent manager? You can think that to yourself. Personally, I think he will. I think he'll maybe not. Well, obviously not this season, but maybe next season or the season after that. In my opinion, he's gonna get a league title back at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But also, it could be a complete mistake. So I don't know, but yeah, putting a lot of pressure on him to go and beat PSG, but it could work in his favour. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd like to say welcome to Yash. Thanks very much for joining the stream.
Hi, Yash.
And yeah, I agree. I mean, it is going to be hard for him. I think it'd be hard for him, but I think I've still got faith in him. I think he could possibly do it. However, everyone fancies PSG to beat us, except Neymar is going to be out for both legs. He's out for 10 weeks. So that might help us a bit, but
Neymar won't be starting against us.
He won't be playing both legs. He's not playing either legs.
Oh!
Neymar's injured for 10 weeks.
That's a different story.
So it might help us. Bayern Munich, onto the next topic. Bayern Munich have said that they aren't giving up on Callum Hudson-Odoi because I don't think the transfer window has closed in Germany yet. I can't remember when the Bundesliga transfer window closes in Germany. I know it's definitely after the English and Scottish one. Please drop a like if you haven't already done so, very much appreciated. Josh has also said that Ferrati is also injured. Football Crew Show, thanks for joining the stream, by the way. Says if United don't beat PSG, Ole will still be manager next season. Well, that's not what I read. Not what I read on Sky Sports.
I think you might have read it wrong. I think what it means.
I read it on Sky Sports, so.
No, I think you might have misread it. What I think it is, if he beats PSG, he's guaranteed his job. But if he fails to beat them, then he can still get his job, but he's not guaranteed it at that moment, if that makes sense.
Wait a sec. Just do. I just removed my. How do I remove it? There it is. It's gone now. Prediction for the United game. I've gone 2 on United. I think it'd be tough. Yeah. Well. Only time will tell. You never know. Right, Hudson-Odoi. Right, I've spoke to a lot of you about Hudson-Odoi before. He's got some exciting upcoming prospect in him. He hasn't got many goals for Chelsea, but he's one of Chelsea's, I'd say, first team players who's actually shown a bit of promising. Shown promising stuff in it. But would they keep playing Hudson-Odoi considering they've now got Gonzalo Higuain? Probably not. I mean, I don't think he started today. So, as I say, it wasn't. I don't think he started today, but Chelsea won 5-0. But hopefully Bayern can sign him. I just don't think we will because we've tried 2 or 3 times to him, and Chelsea just keep declining it. It closed at 5 p.m. on the 31st. Oh, it closed before. Oh, it's already closed. Oh, right. Let me just refresh this because the live chat isn't working on when I'm looking at it.
I want some weird neck. You've got massive boobs on it.
No, it's X-Men, I think it is. Nothing to worry about. What's your next game, Scotty B says? We've got the big game, Leeds. That's all.
I'd take a point there.
Yeah, I would. Should United think hard about director of football? We could do with one, definitely. But I don't think we'd get one. He's treated badly by Sarri. So, yeah. I mean, I'd happily take Hudson-Odoi. He's very good, but we won't get him. We won't get him because Chelsea keep declining it. Anderlecht have signed Yannick Bolasie, who was linked with Borough a couple of times. Yannick Bolasie, I mean, not sure whether you know that much about Yannick Bolasie at Everton, but would you have happily taken him at Borough if we had got him? Liam, I'm not taking the predictions, mate.
Wait, were you talking to me there?
Yeah.
I was just daydreaming. Yeah. Sorry. Would I take Bolasie? Yeah, well, it's a bit of excitement. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I haven't seen too much of him this season because I haven't really been watching Villa.
Yeah.
That's big
Villa?
but
Everton?
no,
He was at Everton, wasn't he? I don't know.
Bolasie, no, he went out on loan at Villa, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
But yeah, where was that? I swear it was Villa, but I haven't been watching too much of him. But I have seen stuff of him in the past and stuff like that. And yeah, I think I'd take him. He's exciting. But what I have heard of a lot of people is he gets it to the corner flag area, gets it on the wing, and then kind of just loses it. So, but yeah, my short answer is yes, I would have talked about Middlesbrough. Although
we can't now.
Although I don't really like him from the summer that he turned us down, but I would have took him, yeah.
Yeah. Yash has put Bolasie was on the same level as Salah.
Sorry, I've got to laugh at Glenn Matthews, but he put there.
Jones can become a United legend by leaving Man United. I'd happily let him go any day because he's as good as a wet fart in defence. I've seen wet farts be better defending.
They're definitely not as good at defending pants.
Oh, his pants, mate. He's awful.
Wet farts aren't as good as defending pants as Jones is.
Well, whatever. Injury against United changed Bolasie. Yep. Hudson-Odoi will not leave Chelsea. Well, I can definitely agree with you there. Football Crucials, after watching Chelsea win today, I fear Gonzalo Higuain playing against United because he can strike a shot outside the box, but David could pull off his shot, hopefully, yeah? Do you think you can beat Leeds, and if so, by how many goals? I don't think we'll beat Leeds. I think it'll be a 0-0 draw. Be another boring one. David, stop changing your times on your stream. 1 minute it says... Oh, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it, Liam. You can't tell him off for that. Did Higuain score? Higuain scored twice. But against Huddersfield. Yeah, I think Anderlecht have got a good signing in Yannick Bolasie because Yannick Bolasie, going back a bit, he was very good, but especially with what I agree that with what Yash put, that when he got the injury against United, it just changed his career completely.
He used to be at Palace, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and he's not the Yannick Bolasie we've seen before. He's moved to Anderlecht, which could backfire. I don't think he's ever moved. I don't think he's ever played in Belgium. But of course he's going to. I believe he's going to the Belgian champions. It's either them or Club Brugge.
He's his home country and all. No, is he?
Bolasie's not Belgian. But I think people will say it's a good move. People will say it's a bad move. At the end of the day, it's just, from the opinion, why do I look crippled? No, why do I look crippled when I'm watching the stream on here, and I look a bit. I don't know what it is. I might do a stream tonight discussing on whether I should leave YouTube or not. Okay. Palace getting Batshuayi may be the sign of the transfer window.
Who's football fan one part?
I've got.
Oh no, David, don't leave me.
I've put Batshuayi on. Batshuayi's on the list somewhere. We'll talk about that. Who do you want as manager if Ole doesn't get the job? Zinedine Zidane. And it might sound foolish because he's never been manager of the Premier League, but he is a Champions League winner. Haven't be it, so is Jose Mourinho, and look how pants he did. Anyways, no, sorry, Football Crucial, I disagree there. I don't want Pochettino because Pochettino doesn't win trophies, and he couldn't even beat us. So, anyway, Marwan Fellaini. Now, this was news. This was music to every Manchester United fan's ears. Yeah, you weren't the only one who was cheering. I was happy about it. Fellaini's gone because Fellaini. I'll be honest with you. The one positive about him was that he could header the ball with his hair. Because his hair used to be a humongous bush. But
and that's no better than Mourinho was.
Well, but Mourinho won 2 trophies with United.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's no better than Mourinho.
Well, suppose. Next should be Jones, Valencia, Young, and Woho. Eh? Okay. Premier League proven. Yeah. Any excuse me. Right.
Football fan just keep at it.
What's Yasha's putting? It was not Fellaini's fault. The way managers used him was wrong. He should be subbed from the bench to defend and score header goals. Yeah, but when he got his header on, he could head it with his hair, but he could barely get it on the target. And the only goal that I felt, well, he only scored one important goal, and that was against Young Boys. But what else has he done? He hasn't done that much for us this season, so I'd happily let him go. But it's either that, or either he's not playing well and he deserved to go, or he's just gone to China for the money. Which would probably sound about right. He's gone to Chinese Super League side. How do you pronounce this? What's...
I wonder what Fellaini's life is like. It can't be that good.
He's not good. How do you pronounce this? Shandong Luneng? Shandong Luneng, is that how you pronounce it? Oh. 350k a week. Yeah, sounds about right. Even at his worst, is better than most Arsenal players. No, that's saying something, isn't it? Yeah, fair enough. Borough signed Janobi Mikel the other week, and I think I mentioned this on the last show, but I haven't mentioned it with a Borough fan.
I've got a lot to say about this.
You'll have a lot to say about this. There's only 2 players that we've signed, and I'll mention the other one a bit later on. Janobi Mikel, we all know how good he is as a player. He obviously made his official championship debut for Middlesbrough today at West Brom, and he made his official Borough debut at home to Newport. We've only seen Janobi Mikel play 2 games for us, but what are your thoughts on him so far?
Listen to this, because it might be a bit confusing, but I'd say he's a very, very good player and a very, very good signing. However, with the financial big Middlesbrough are in at the moment and stuff, I'd say the wrong signing. I'd say the right signing was someone who had a bit more pace, someone who we needed more than a CDM centre mid. If you get what I mean. I don't know if I don't know if what I'm trying to say comes across making sense when I'm saying it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's a very, very good player and definitely a good signing. But when you win a finance
Yeah.
Came on and said he's in a similar situation to Mowbray. And he's not the right signing. We should have looked for someone we needed more than him. But yeah, what I've seen of him, he is absolutely quality. So he's a class player, but not the signing I'd have made and not the signing we were looking for. But that comes across as I don't think he's a good player. I think he's a class player, but not what we need. You know what I mean?
Well, I agree he's a good player. And I felt he's had a good start at Borough. Okay, there's not been too much creativity from him, but I mean, you can't expect too much from him, right? You can't expect too much from him when it's only his second game. When he probably against Leeds is when we'll see, a lot more from him. Yes, financially, probably the wrong signing financially. And I think if we were going to sign someone, we would have needed to sign someone who was a striker.
Yeah, or more creativity.
Or more creative players. However, I mean, I'm not that bothered about us signing more, but John over Mikel. But I think Mikel is a very strong individual. He works hard. I mean, look what he's done at Chelsea. He's won the Champions League. He's a champion at Chelsea. He's Nigerian captain. I'm surprised he hasn't retired, considering that he's about 31. Well, according to FIFA, he is. But I agree. I do think it's an interesting signing. Yash has put Mikel and SCN combination worked well at Chelsea for years. Darrell Jones is as useful as a wet fart. Yeah. Oh, that is going back to the past, yeah, but SCN doesn't really play for Chelsea now, does he? Yeah, okay, David. Football fan favourite, thanks for joining the stream. And also Paul Falwell Blue Nose, thanks very much for joining the stream as well. Paul's put, great win for Middlesbrough today, beating West Brom 3-2. Of course, he's a Birmingham fan, I think. Yeah, you are a Birmingham fan, I believe you are, yes. But thanks if you have joined. Please do drop a like. That'd be very much appreciated, guys. We've got a very good turnout today. Very good turnout. So I'm losing track of what we've talked about. So we've done that. What else do you want to talk about?
Me?
What else do you want to talk about transfer wise?
On what club?
Well, like,
Just any transfer.
what other transfers do you want to talk about? Like, right. I know. Oh,
I was gonna ask you what I was gonna discuss one thing, but I think it happened early on in Jan, so it probably already mentioned it. But
who?
I was gonna say my opinion on Van der Power.
That was the other guy I was going to talk about anyways, so we might as well do that. I know I've said about Van der Power before, but I haven't spoke about Van der Power on the transfer show with a Borough fan. Right, the first couple of games, okay, we haven't seen that. He hasn't been that brilliant, I will admit. However, he can be useful down the left hand side. So, what were your thoughts on him?
First game I seen him in the cup. I'm not gonna lie, people thought he was good and that, but I thought he couldn't be the first man. The only way he could really create out was by passing it. He couldn't take anyone on. That's just my opinion. A lot of people disagree.
Yeah, but you have to remember it was only his first game. We can't be too critic about him.
How much money is he getting paid a week?
I don't know.
No matter how much you get paid a week. But but like, first game, I didn't think it was great at all.
Yeah.
Could kind of say exception, it's his first game. I personally don't agree with that cat, but whatever.
Yeah.
I seen him, was it against Millwall? No, Sheffield Wednesday. No, that was December. What am I on about? I think it was
When did he
Millwall.
make his debut?
Millwall.
Millwall.
He was taking on players. He looked like he had flair about him. He looked exciting. He was very attacking. He looked like he scared defenders. A bit like an Adama, but obviously you're not going to get someone like Adama. Adama's just out of this skin, out of this world, and he's made a mistake by going to Wolves. But yeah, so I thought, there was him with that good class, and now today's game, I thought it was brilliant. From just the bits I've seen of him.
Yeah.
I can't remember if he got an assist, but I definitely seen him go one good one. I seen him. It was late on in the game. They were very nervous to the Borough. You could just But instead,
Yeah.
it was a Ronaldo trap, I think it was. Then played a pass. But very calm under a lot of pressure. So yeah, from what
Yeah.
I've seen of him, I'll rate him out of 10. I'd say he's been about a 6.
Yeah. I watched the
To make it to an 8 or an 9, I would
Yeah.
like to see more.
Yeah, I watched the highlights and I felt Van der Poel did do decent, and Mikel, I thought Van der Poel wasn't playing; he was on the bench, wasn't he?
Yeah, but when
I'm
he
getting
came
mixed up now. Mikel, I thought, had a decent debut for Championship debut. I saw the goals. They were all the goals were taken very well. I thought West Brom's first score was pretty lucky. It was a good shot, but took a deflection onto it. So I mean, it was a good game. I felt from what I saw. Next, the next thing we're going to talk about is. Oh, by the way, no bad language in the live chat, please. I'll put that in there. Barley the pair of Lindelof. Pick United start. Oh, I can't be bothered with that. Excuse me. Right. Next thing we're going to talk about. Dortmund. A couple of deals that have been done, new deals. Now, Dortmund have signed Paco Alcacer. Now, Paco Alcacer is currently on. He's currently on loan from Barcelona, and Dortmund have now signed him on a permanent deal. For me, a good sign. This is actually good news for Dortmund fans, and not good news for Bayern fans, though, because Alcacer really caused Bayern a couple of problems in the Der Klassiker, which is why we lost. And Alcacer I think he's becoming a Bundesliga regular. He's becoming a brilliant player in the Bundesliga. I can't remember how much Dortmund paid for him. Alcacer. Make it permanent to pay Barcelona up to 28 million. So, like I said, it's a good sign for them. Why do you want me to unschedule the? Oh no, mind. So they pay up to 28 million euro, I think it is. But this is a good signing for Dortmund, because Alcacer is a good player, and I think he's possibly going to become one of the top the top 5 top scorers for this season. He's on an unbelievable one in a minute. Although Dortmund did drop points at Eintracht Frankfurt today, which helped Bayern, even though Bayern couldn't capitalise, and said they got beat. So that didn't really help. You won't know that much about Alcacer unless you've watched Dortmund.
Yeah, I haven't seen him much. I know he is now, but I don't really know that.
Yeah. Good deal, says Yas. Glyn Matthews said Jadon Sancho to United, please. Oh, you got no chance of getting him there. I can tell you that now. Oh, by the way, hello from Snowy Teesside. I forgot to. Well, it's been snowing. But that's my thoughts on Alcacer for the minute. Brilliant individual. Forest have signed. I don't know. Not a lot of people will know anything about this guy, but Nottingham Forest have been back in the transfer window. They have signed a player, Swedish/Serbian midfielder Aleksandar Milosevic, who is 27 years old on an 18-month loan deal. He had a spell at AIK, or AIK as I call him, one of the big Swedish teams, back in 2014, and is currently playing for the Swedish international team. 18-month loan deal. I don't really know much about him, but the fact that he's playing for the national team shows that he could be a good player for Nottingham Forest. No offence, but I think half Swedish, half Serbian's a bit of a mix. Although a lot of people could say the same for me. English, German could be a bit of a mix. But anyway, if you haven't already done so, please drop a like for them. It's appreciated, guys. Brilliant turnout tonight. It's been absolutely fantastic, and as I say, it's been an absolute pleasure to do the transfer show. This
200 million.
this series. No, we haven't finished yet. Just saying, it's a absolute pleasure to do this. We're nowhere near done yet. So that's him done. Morata from Chelsea has gone to Atletico Madrid. 18-month loan deal with an option to buy for 45 million. Joe, well, I'm guessing you'll know a bit about Morata. Alvaro Morata. Or as I like to call the Chelsea version, no offence to any Chelsea fans, but I like to call them the Chelsea version of Romelu Lukaku. Basically, yeah, whatever you want to say. Fab and Morata should have stayed at Chelsea. Right. He didn't really score for them anyway. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Morata? I didn't think he was that great at Chelsea, but he did score a couple of important goals for them.
From what I've seen of him, he was pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen him score like 1 or 2, but from what I've seen, he was bang average, weren't he? He was just shit.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I know you don't know bad language, it just came out, so.
Well. Watford Hornets said he was shocking. Yep, 100%. Ipswich lost again on the way home. Yeah. Now, what was it? 88th minute goal from... I can't remember who scored, but it was against Sheffield Wednesday. Kean Vince, what breaking news? What's this breaking news? I think, well, it's not a bad signing for Madrid. I just don't think he's going to get played much. However, he might do a better job there because he's in his home country. Breaking news, Borough going up. Good luck, Kean.
Breaking news, and he didn't realise what to put, so he just put Borough going up.
I'm not too certain if we'll go up or not, but give me till April and then I'll decide.
Breaking news.
Yeah. What is it?
I've lost a chip.
Anyways, back onto the topics. So that's that one. We're just going to try and fly through this. We've got a lot here. Crystal Palace have signed Michy Batshuayi on loan from... Is it from Dortmund or is he from Chelsea? From both of them. Now, this is a big signing for Crystal Palace. Because Crystal Palace, I think, they've struggled for form recently. And Michy Batshuayi is a player who you can depend on. He's a very good individual player, and you've just timed Keane out. Well done. But I'm saying well done sarcastically. But this is only a loan deal. I think he'll have a decent time at Palace. And Palace, obviously, Roy Hodgson has got his faith in him. I don't know if he was in the lineup for the game today. But I think when he gets played, he'll definitely play to his full potential. He's a very good individual talent. Villa have signed Tom Cowell on loan from Swansea City. Now, he used to play in the Premier League, actually.
Tom Cowell, I know. He used to play for Swansea and North.
Yeah, he played for... He's gone to Villa from Swansea.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on him, but I think he's a pretty decent midfielder. I think he'll do better at Villa, though.
He's good on feet for career mode, so...
Oh, well, yes. I'm talking about real life, mate.
Yeah, wait there.
Talking about real life, mate.
Oh, joking.
What's he doing?
2 seconds.
Got a couple of technical issues, guys. So, don't know what's going on at the minute. Yash has put Tottenham didn't sign anyone for a year. Crap management. Well, Spurs didn't sign anyone in the summer transfer window either, so, Why you put me on timeout? It wasn't even me. So I don't know who we're talking about. Tom Cowell's, he's not a bad midfielder. I just think... I didn't think Swansea was the best club for him. I think he'll do decent at Villa. So it'll be interesting to see how he does there. And obviously that's a loan deal.
He's the world's nicest club.
Claude Puel, Leicester City's manager, has put that he thinks that Yoel Tielemans from Monaco is going to bring more balance to the Leicester City squad. Do you agree or disagree with that? Let me know in the comments and in a live chat. But I agree. I think Tielemans is a player that you can depend on. He was very good in Ligue 1. Although Monaco haven't really had a good season this season. They're currently, I think, they're bottom of the league, facing a relegation battle. And of course, they were under the management of... I don't know what's going on at Monaco. There's a lot of stuff going wrong at Monaco at the minute. Because they're facing relegation. They sacked Jardim, brought in Henry, sacked him after 3 months, and then they brought Jardim back in. Make their mind up. So many free agents were there. Cabaye, Yaya, Mossi. Okay. Tielemans will pose a threat to us tomorrow, mate. Yeah, I think Tielemans is a good player. Very good player. And I do think he'll bring more balance into the squad, because Leicester have having one of their average seasons. And obviously they've suffered some, results, very surprising results against Wolves and people. And obviously, I think they lost to Southampton as well, who were bottom of the league as well, pretty much. In the bottom, well, they're not in the bottom 3 anymore, but they were in a relegation battle. So, I think he might bring something good. I think he's got some good individual talent on him. He's definitely got some strength on him. So I think he'll definitely balance the squad up. Do you agree with what Claude Puel said, Joe? That Tielemans is going to bring more balance to the Leicester City squad?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a... I haven't seen, obviously, full 90 minutes of him, but I've seen highlights, I've seen bits of it. And from what I've heard of him and seen, yeah, I think he'll bring more balance. I think he's a good player there, a good signing.
Oof. Now, I just opened a bottle of Coke and just popped.
That's what I'm drinking. An iced tea. I want a flat.
Iced tea, I'm drinking Diet Coke. No iron brew tonight. I've just noticed the stream's about a minute behind.
What are you laughing at?
I've just seen my reaction, but it looks like it's nearly a minute behind on there. I don't know why. Well, that might be just on the laptop, but I don't know whether it is for everyone else. So there's that one. Yeah. I don't know whether you'd finished talking about it or whether you still had something to say about it.
I'm pretty much done.
Okay, that was short and sweet. Anything else that I've not mentioned? We mentioned that. One guy wanted me to talk about this. Iron Brew or Pint Dowel? Yeah.
Good pint. I'm joking.
Bad time they're coming to form. Leicester are threat to our... Leicester are threat to our 3 points tomorrow, says Yash. Okay. United should sign Koulibaly or Maguire in the summer. We need a leader at back. We need anyone who's better than Phil Jones. Even Harry Maguire is better than him. Huh? What? No. I don't drink alcohol, mate. You don't want to either. Anyways, as we... Well, I'm not old enough anyway. I'm 16.
How old do you need to be?
18, but if you're in America, it's 21.
What?
21 in America. Yeah, you have to be 21 in America. Anyways, let's have a look. Okay, this is an interesting one. I'm trying to work out which ones I've said and which ones I haven't. That's done. Sign Ayala does. Well, we've got Ayala. why have they give contract to Smalling? Because for me, Smalling, right, I think it. Well, I don't know why, but I think it's a decent one. Because Smalling, I think, is better than Phil Jones. Okay, it's not the Bailey Lindelof partnership at the back, but I think Smalling is a lot more tougher, he's a lot better, and he's a lot more like he's lot more capable at the back than Phil Jones. To be honest with you, just watching the FA Cup reaction though when Chelsea versus United came on, your reaction's absolutely hilarious. Goal scorers tomorrow will be Martial, Pogba, Foz and Vardy for Leicester. Vardy will cause us a big threat. Banter. And that's that for the minute. Martial also, I'm going to mention Martial. There's been a lot of news at United. Martial, McTominay both signing their new contracts. Now, De Gea could be signing a new one as well. So, Martial signed his new contract. It's going to be United player till 2024. And as it stands, United, when that contract's over, could even increase it by another year. Good for United because he's one of our number one players. Left mid, he's much better than Alexis Sanchez. So I'm very pleased about this. It was music to my ears. McTominay signed a new contract I thought was a bit questionable from a United perspective because I don't think he's been getting his game time really. So I think he should have gone on loan. But if you haven't already done so, please do drop a like. Very much appreciated. We would need 50 million minimum to replace Herrera. Will Herrera sign? Probably. Middlesbrough are going to get destroyed by Man City. Totally agree there. No beep football fan doesn't take an Einstein to work that out. Oh, bit harsh. Bit harsh. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Liam Martin's just removed the message. A lot going on in the live chat. Keep getting your comments in the live chat. Exchange Gaming 11 players. Thanks very much for rejoining the stream. So, Borough haven't been signing that many people. However, United have signed no one. Spurs have signed no one. Bayern have only signed. There's only been a couple of players. We've only signed Alphonso Davies to Bayern Munich, who I felt he's done a decent job so far. Not brilliant, but he's getting a bit of game time in him. And Benjamin Pavard is going to join Bayern at the end of the season. That's a done deal as well. How? Because it just is really, because it's probably just the way you put it, I think. Scott McTominay should be loaned out to either Championship team or Scottish team, similar to James Wilson. Barcelona signed Kevin Prince Boateng. I mentioned that in one of the other episodes, I think. So I'm not mentioning that in this one. Jonas Olsen signed for Wigan Athletic. Now, Wigan Athletic, this is a good signing for them because Jonas Olsen spent 9 years at West Bromwich Albion and not that long ago helped his Swedish team, he is Swedish obviously, helped his Swedish team, Djurgårdens IF, to win the Swedish Cup. We also had a couple of shocks this week in the Asian Cup. Qatar, against all the odds, beat Japan in the final and the champions of the Asian Cup 2019. And that means that we're going to be in for a bit of a rough ride when we go to Qatar in 2002 World Cup because Qatar will fancy their chances. Almiron signed for Newcastle, very good player. Oh, I definitely agree. I don't know that much about him, though, but I think it's a good signing for Newcastle, especially with the way things are going at the minute there. It's my birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday to the Watford Hornet tomorrow. Up the Borough, yes. Watford drew 0-0 against Brighton as well.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. So that's a good signing for Wigan Athletic. Jonas Olsen, West Brom legend, I think. Here's the interesting one that I've been talking about. Peter Crouch. And he does need to crouch down sometimes. Crouch down, never mind. Peter Crouch from Stoke City. He's done. Stoke City and Burnley have done a swap deal. So Crouch has gone. Crouch is 38. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. He's gone to Burnley. and Sam Vokes, one of their strikers, has gone to Stoke. So, what are your thoughts on this, Joe? Because I think Crouch, he hasn't had the best of times in the Championship, but I think he'll do better in the Prem. And Sam Vokes, will he struggle in the Championship?
Wait. So. Oh, wait there.
I'll say that again.
Yeah.
Peter Crouch has gone to Burnley.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And Sam Vokes has gone to Stoke on a swap deal. Do you think, these are two questions at the same time, do you think Crouch will do well in the Premier League? And do you think Sam Vokes will struggle in the Championship or not?
I think Sam Vokes in the Championship will do alright. Not special. Not bad either. I think we'll get a few goals and be alright. I think Crouch in the Prem, I think we'll have a similar kind of story. However, I think he will. I can't see him starting. He won't start.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I can't really see him doing much. I can't see him doing a bit of a. And I think he's a bit past it now, to be honest. He can score with header, but yeah. I remember that wonder goal he scored versus Man City that time. Blow. Yeah, that was a good strike. So. Yeah.
Right.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting, that is. Sorry if I was going off the camera a bit there. I'm just trying to type stuff. Crouch is one ugly man, says Keen Finn. I don't think he's ugly. I think he's alright. It's just.
It just would be
It's just.
to say that.
I think his age. I think his age is starting to affect his form. And I don't think he suits the Championship. I think he'll do better in the Prem. But I think Sam Vokes will struggle in the Championship because it's a bit of a. It's a tougher league than the Prem. I think it's a tougher league. I know a lot of people say it's not as tough as the Prem, but you know you got 24 teams all hoping to win promotion, so it's tough. It is very tough. Thoughts on the ball again today, Daz? A good result. The 3 goals we scored were all good goals. Sombalonga's second goal I thought was a beauty. Saville took his goal well. The second goal, Sombalonga's first goal, should I say, I don't know whether it took a touch off the keeper or not on his way in, but it was a good finish. Sean Boy, thanks for joining the stream. Obviously, you'll be happy as well because Sheffield United won against Bolton. But thanks very much, Johnny. Please drop a like if you've done so, very much appreciated. We're going to be live for another 10 minutes or so. We've been live for 55 minutes. And I think we might finish at 9. So, Crouch Focus Up deal. Let me know in the live chat. So, I don't know if some of the players I'll be talking about probably, if you need to pay, then that's fine. And I'll see you in 3. Doesn't matter. Sam Vokes missed a penalty today. Not a great start then. But, excuse me. Right, where was I up to? Been a good stream so far, to be honest with you. Arsenal signed Jenny Suarez.
Not going to clash anytime soon.
It won't. Arsenal signed. That's wrong team. Arsenal signed Jenny Suarez from Barcelona. A big signing for Arsenal. They've struggled in the midfield before, I've noticed that. So this is a big sign for them, and this might strengthen their midfield a bit more. So obviously we all know he's very experienced in the Liga. He hasn't got any Premier League experience, which could backfire on Unai Emery. But who knows? I think he'll do well, and it looks like that he could be. A fan favourite at Arsenal. Have you seen much of Denis Suarez before?
No.
Right. Well, I'll say no more then. A very good individual, very good for Barcelona, especially in midfield. I think he's going to strengthen Arsenal's midfield a lot because their midfield has been a bit weak at times. But it should be interesting. Hopefully we'll well, hopefully Arsenal, should I say, will start getting some results. Obviously, as a United fan, United fans don't want that to happen, and neither do Chelsea. But I think he'll cause a lot of threats. He'll cause a lot of problems for some of the other teams. I'm getting notifications. We had a shock on. We did have a shock today. Cardiff beating Bournemouth 2-0, and that's a surprise. So that's Dennis Suarez. Who got the better deal out of the swap deal? Did Burnley get a better deal with Crouch, or did Stoke get the better deal with Sam Vokes? Let us know in the live chat.
Ooh, that's a hard question.
I mean, if you have an idea, then
Maybe Stoke got the better deal. I'd say maybe.
yeah.
Ooh.
Keane Finn's put Stoke. Keane Finn's also put. I've seen a good bit of Suarez looked comfortable at Barcelona. However, he'll get more game time and more competition in the Premier League and Arsenal, respectively. Yep, that's very, very true. Very true. Football Crucial's put Stoke. Looks like everyone's gone for Stoke. It cost Stoke 7 million, I think. Well, according to this, it was a swap. According to what I saw, it was a swap deal, but it didn't say a price on it. Stoke got a bit of deal with signing Vokes, so everyone's saying Stoke then. Milan are looking to sign Timothy Bakayoko. I think I've said that name wrong. Bakayoko from Chelsea. Let's just say that. And no offence, but Bakayoko isn't great. I don't know whether this deal has actually already been done, but this is what I read earlier. Bakayoko, I'll be honest, he's poor. He's poor. Poor for Chelsea, and I don't think he'd do any different at Milan.
That's how do you like that fun? Bakayoko always passes it back. Back he goes. No, okay, moving on.
Right. I don't really need to talk about Bakayoko apart from he's not been that good at Chelsea, and I don't think he would do much different. He wouldn't do much different at Milan, to be honest with you. Right, Borough haven't been signing players, but Sunderland have.
Well, don't get
And we're going to start with Sunderland signing one of Borough's legends.
Oh no.
Grant Levitter. Grant Levitter left Borough after being with us for about 7 or 8 years. Possibly the best time in his career, is what he said. And he's gone to his hometown. I believe he was born in Sunderland, so he's gone to his hometown. And he made his professional Sunderland debut today. First name on the team sheet, and he didn't score. It was Aidan McGeady. Oh yeah, made his return, should I say then. I remember when Chelsea fans said he was similar to Kante. Kante is 100 times better than Bakayoko. Leeds next week's going to be absolutely massive. Oh, definitely, yes. See you guys in stream if you tune into it. We'll probably be done soon anyway. And they've also signed Will Grigg. Will Grigg is a huge signing for Sunderland, considering Sunderland at the minute promotion chasing club in the in League One. 4 million deal. Wigan to Sunderland for 4 million. So that means Sunderland are going to get some goals in them. But Will Grigg didn't even get put in the actual team. He was not even on the bench. Probably because he hasn't even started training with them yet. So, excuse me. I think Will Grigg's going to have a successful time at Sunderland. I think he could be one of their star pupils, especially up front, because we all know how well he's been playing at Wigan Athletic. And it won't be Wigan Athletic that'll be singing the Will Grigg chant, it'll be Sunderland. It'll be Will Grigg's on fire, your defence is terrified. It won't be Wigan singing, that'll be Sunderland instead this time. 4 million deal for Sunderland. It's an absolute bargain for them. But I think it's a big player. It's a humongous player that Wigan Athletic have lost. Because without Will Grigg, I think Wigan are going to struggle now. They are seriously going to struggle. Arsenal found some Sunderland found some form as well. De Jong 65 million from Ajax to Barcelona. I think I mentioned that on one of the other shows. Pretty certain I did. But two good signings for Sunderland. I always wanted Bo to get Greg, says Kean. Yep, fair enough. But another thing we're going to talk about just quickly. De Jong, Arsenal. De Jong from Ajax has gone to Barcelona for 65 million. I'm pretty certain I said this on the last show, but I can't remember now. Good signing for Barcelona. He's a very good individual midfielder at Ajax, and I'm sure he's got a lot of upcoming prospect in him. I think he'll have a good time at Barcelona, but I don't know whether he's going to get played a lot. Although he'll be a good replacement for Denis Suarez. So there's my thoughts on him. Of course, I don't know. You won't know much about De Jong because I don't know whether I don't think you've watched the Dice. No, I'm guessing not. But that is all the transfers that we're going to talk through today. And that's it for this series. So, overall thoughts on Bayern, United and Bo's transfer window. Bayern's not brilliant. I don't think. My pen's run out. Pen won't work. De Jong striker. Oh, right. I'm thinking of the wrong De Jong. Sorry, I'm thinking of the wrong one. I think thinking of the wrong guy. Sorry about that. My mistake. I'm surprised that Real Madrid haven't signed anyone. That is surprising, but do they really need anyone? So my overall thoughts on Bayern. For Bayern, not been great. We've signed Alphonso Davies, who has some exciting prospect coming up in him, but he hasn't really had his game time to show what he's made of yet. So he might get some game time. He might get a bit more game time when he's a bit more comfortable at Bayern. We've signed Benjamin Pavard, but he won't be coming until his season's ended, till his contract ends. So that'll be a good signing because that's going to be a French international World Cup star who's got an absolute worldie in the World Cup anyway. So, a decent right back if we end up losing Kimmich or someone. United's signed absolutely no one. The only highlight of United's transfer window was Martial signing a new contract. Bo's transfer window, not been brilliant, but when you consider we've signed 2 Premier League players. John and McAllister, very good signing. But we didn't really need a centre defensive midfielder. And Van der Power hasn't shown his quality yet, but I think he's going to be very useful down the left-hand side. Overall thoughts on Bo's transfer window? Try not to swear. So I know what you're probably going to say.
That basically sums it up. I mean, Mikel, good signing, but I've discussed Mikel. Van der Power, I've discussed. I would tell him probably give it a 3. I mean, I appreciate that we've not had much money to spend with them. We've made do with what we've got, but
Yep.
Pulis can't attract anybody.
Excuse me.
Apart from today's football, Germany, so yeah, we can't attract anyone.
Absolutely.
And it's 3 times I've said that now. That's in January. Thinking of it now, last January was an okay transfer window. Summer, not great. Year, not great.
Thank you.
Just this transfer window. Overall, Pulis since it's been here, signed something like 8 or 9 loans and 3 permanent deals. That is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah. You happy that Fellaini's gone? Definitely. Average transfer market, bring on the summer window, says Football Crucial. Yes, definitely. But let me know in the live chat, are you happy? What are your thoughts on the transfer window if you're a United fan? No matter which club you support. How do you think our transfer windows are going? If you're Spurs, then I know exactly it's going to be the same as United's crap. But my final thanks.
United sign, or did they sign no one?
We didn't sign a single person. It's the flaming glaciers as usual. But when you consider that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that he was going to be limited to signings, so, but that's because the Glaciers, they're just lazy sods. Anyways, my final thanks for this series. It has been an absolutely fantastic series, this series, and I know it's only been 5 episodes, but I'll be honest with you, I don't know many people who do transfer shows like this series. It's been 4 series in a row. We're going to be back in the summer transfer window for series number 5, which is going to be absolutely brilliant. Well, hopefully. But if you want to be a guest,
what's going on, guys? We are back with some more for Champions.
That's annoying. A notification comes up and then I just hear when someone else's voice. This is, I don't know. Anyways, it's been a brilliant series. Thank you all very much for all of the guys who've been on. To Jack Vlogs, to Zhao Nasita, to Kieran, to David Hoyle, and finally to Joe.
Wait, you and Jack Vlogs are alive, aren't they?
No, Jack Vlogs, the United channel. Spelled differently to what Jack McCabe's is.
Jack Vlogs with a Z.
Yeah. Well, thank you all very much to all the guests who've been on. Well, thank you all very much to all the guests who've been on. Is there any final things you want to say, Joe?
Thanks for having me on. Keep up the good work. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to the legend Dazzer. And yeah. Until next time, all I'm going to say, middle of the transfer window was absolutely
Cack, basically. We'll just say that. Thank you all very much for your continuous support on the channel. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this show. We'll be back with the summer series for series number 5 in the summer transfer window, which will be a longer series than this. There will be a promo. Wait a sec. Wait a second. Oh, now what's happened? Wait a second. There will be. Oh, now what's going on?
Oh, not some more cack happening with stupid technical issues.
Is the stream so? Oh, it is still working. Norwich won, boo, says Nick Muller. That's good for Boa. But that's going to be the end of that. Been a brilliant series. Thanks to all the guests. And as I said, it's not been brilliant transfer window-wise for United, Boa and Bayern Munich. But at the same time, it's been fully enjoyable. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this for you. Hope you've really all enjoyed this series. I know I definitely have. As I say, there will be a promo video coming out like sometime just before the summer transfer window begins. And then it will be and then I obviously will be taking requests for guests, and it will be first come first served basis as this one was, because unfortunately I can only have one guest on per night. But with the summer one, you'll get more chance because there'll be about 8 or 9, possibly 10 episodes. There'll be a load more episodes. There'll be a lot more episodes in the future. But that's it for Dazzer's Transfer Show. This series and January 2019 has ended on a flyer. Thank you all very much for joining the stream. Please drop a like, it would be very much appreciated. And from all of us here on Dazzer's Transfer Show, have a fantastic evening. And, excuse me, and we will catch up with you all a later one. From all of us here, bye-bye. Oh no. Shut up.